when it really matters.
It does actually look like we had the knife round beginning, so this game is going to start soon. You guys can see what's happening kind of behind us on this huge TV right there. It's a lovely TV, and so you can see that they're knifing currently. And I've been seeing some interesting things in CSGO recently. For example, I've seen on Nuke these days, you know, the Nuke is a much different map in CSGO now than it ever was, and then in 1.6 and in Source even. I mean, of course, there's lots of changes, you know, onto the geometry of the map and all the angles and where the bomb sites are and stuff like that. But what do you actually want to ask you, as I have you on the show right now, what are your thoughts on the new changes to Nuke? Is it good? Is it bad? What do you think about it?
You mean like between CS 1.6 and CSGO?
Yeah.
It's like a way more open map in the sense that strategically how you played Nuke being terrorist in CS 1.6, it was all about like keeping control over, first of all, spamming the walls was super crucial on that map. That ability has kind of changed a bit now into CSGO, but also the yard area opened up way many more opportunities to penetrate the CT's defense. You cannot be as calm as you were in CS 1.6 as CT. Now you kind of have to predict that the opponent's going to come behind you at any given moment due to the yard opening. I think they call it Volcano. Other things, the door is a bit different. The mechanics of the door, you cannot open it with a flashbang anymore. You kind of need to throw a grenade or go and do the +use command on the door. That kind of changed. We saw more kind of like upper rushes in Nuke in CS 1.6. We don't see that as often in CSGO. So I don't know. There are still room for improvement on that map. I like it a lot. Nuke and Train have always been my favorite maps in Counter-Strike, even in Counter-Strike Go. It offers a dynamic approach to the game, fast rounds, yard especially on Nuke, but also the slow game. Excellent executions of like planting the bomb and having good team play, using the doors in the lower bomb spot, for example.
It is nice how it's staying fresh, despite the fact that we have, of course, the big five almost, you know, these maps that have never left. They've always been there. They are the classics, but it is nice that they are being changed and that people aren't really unhappy with the change, the fact that they're changing, which is really, really, I think, a positive movement for where the game's going. But there's definitely lots of changes in Go, but things are looking really, really exciting so far. I think it's been, for me, it's getting more and more interesting to spectate Go other than when compared with the rest of the CS games. So things are going in a great direction. Of course, we have the huge tournament coming up soon with DreamHack, the 250K tournament.
Definitely.
That is amazing stuff is happening with Go. And it looks like we're just waiting for the teams to ready up now. They have picked sides.
They're going to do some translation on the fly. One guy is just picking up some Coca-Cola they wrote.
Okay.
That's what's happening right now. I wonder if it's a diet one or a regular one. But anyway, regarding maps, I would actually, DDK, I would call for more maps to be included in the map pool.
Okay.
Why are we 2013 still playing? I mean, we should still play Nuke. That's to train and all these maps.
So do you want a bigger map pool, or do you want to just replace a couple here and there?
I would probably do it season-based. So you have like a winter season, you have a spring season, etc. And then you have like 5 or 6 maps. And this is pre-announced. You know the maps that's going to be during this season. Then we're going to see more diversity among the medalists. We're going to see more strategies. We're going to see more new stars coming into the world of Counter-Strike. Whereas a lot of people can just capitalize on experience and the current meta game, like NIP, VG, they are so comfortable playing each and every map now because they're so limited. So it leaves less to the randomness.
And then we have actually the first round starting here, and so looks like a quick banana push from N Faculty, trying to creep up, waiting for the grenades to pop before they make that rush around. Looks like they're fairly committed, but the smoke goes down, so they're going to have to wait for this. Don't want to charge through smoke. Got to be very careful. Nothing committed here, but look at this rotation coming in very quickly all around the back, and very, very sneaky stuff there from BZSX so far. They haven't really, they got one quick pick and then disappeared. So things are going quite well so far for the CT defense overall.
I'm surprised that Blade didn't understand he was going in the underpass there. That was the only way he could have escaped with that time frame.
Yeah, the deduction you need for this game sometimes, putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. And they're just playing it still very slow. They've been not really committing, but they're just being picked to pieces whilst their indecisiveness really gets the better of them. So Glaive right now still alive and trying to push up mid, but it's going to have to be something quite special indeed if they hope to turn this around. Taking a few pot shots here and there on the angles, but things are looking hopeless now. And okay, where do you see this pistol round going wrong? What did they do? What did N Faculty really mess up here?
I kind of like the start. They took over the banana area. They waited out the grenade. Oh, almost a knife kill there. It's probably going down any second. Glaive the Dane. Yeah, run is still going, obviously.
very nice shots from
So let's wait
Glaive
my
there.
analysis until the round is actually over.
This could actually go pretty well for Glaive. Very smart stuff so far. Unable to, you can see he's just going to die for that plant. What is that USB skin? The overgrowth.
Sick stuff. But anyway, DDK, I think what went wrong there was essentially the fact that Twist, the guy who was supposed to protect them from flanks, he went down as the first guy, and that kind of limited the positions that the CT here could expect them to be. That would be the banana. So they got kind of sandwiched in there.
Yeah.
And I kind of liked the approach, as I mentioned earlier. They waited out the grenades. They probably had a few nice flashbangs planned, but they never reached that point because the CTs pretty much expected and predicted them to come B eventually.
And looks like we have a quick push coming up mid here. Just kind of the anti-eco very successful. They just dropped one player, so nothing too substantial lost for the CT side here. The BZSX still holding pretty strong. And Faculty just trying to build their money through these eco rounds before they make some kind of play. What kind of play would you think Faculty could benefit from against BZSX? When they have those weapons, what should they really be thinking about?
I think, considering they're playing a mixed game, shoot me down. Sorry, a mixed team. Shoot me down if I'm wrong here. They should play it fairly standard, not take too many risks. Pistol round is one thing, weapon rounds is another thing. So I expect Pronax to call kind of like consistent standard rounds when we're gonna get into a weapon round. Because now we're seeing the second eco, and that kind of hints that taking 2 Glock ecos. Or a few P250s, I think, kind of hints that they are very confident and comfortable with the weapon rounds they have planned for the CT team here.
Yeah, it's looks like they're all picking up the big weapons now, and this is the time for them to make something crazy happen. And so far, we've seen a very, very standard Inferno, I mean, apart from the fact that the pistol round was a little bit slow and a little bit bad for Faculty. Now is their chance to redeem themselves. You can see on the map they're doing a slow push, but actually quite a lot of CTs going down. Banana here just making a really, really aggressive push on the weapon rounds for Faculty. What do you think about this? This is quite an unconventional little play there, or what do you think? Very aggressive off the bat there.
Well, kind of standard still, but I think the failing was on Spitfires, and he got flashed, but he didn't have the ability to maneuver himself into secure spots. Could have been like a child disease in CSGO. The maps are a bit different. He's so used to 1.6, I believe. So he shouldn't really have died there. I don't think Forrest, Getright, or whoever else would have died there, because they would be able, even if they are completely flashed, they would be able to back out of there securely with 100 health left.
So do you think one of the strongest reasons for that push is to really gain a lot of position on Banana, getting someone kind of deep, kind of control there is very valuable, or how do you see that?
It's all about like getting insights, securing a part of the map, making it easier for your friends in the other bomb spot to predict when the attack actually going to strike. And they can also use the grenades in a much more efficient manner by doing so. They can time them, they can place the grenades under the feet, basically. So obviously securing bomb spot B, Banana, is very, very good. But then it's up to you to make the appropriate rotation.
Yeah, and great entry kills coming into the site. Looks quite easy so far. See Glaive there trying to turn down that player at pit, and he does go down indeed. Glaive going to get the bomb down as well. 2 players left for BZSX, and this is going to be quite a difficult retake, but it's possible. It's a 2-on-2 situation, and they both have M4A1Ss, so this could happen for them, but they can't wait too long. And just trying to synchronize right there from board and from library, but one goes down. Great shot, close range. Carrigan with the AWP. All counter twist now as he's trying to make the shots happen, but he is looking a bit labored right there, and he's going to finally go down. Glaive had a great position, and it was a fairly easy defense, but looks like they had to go for that retake. But
yeah, I felt sorry for the last man remaining in CT there. He had a M4A1, 20 bullets. That wasn't enough for him to kill off Carrigan and Glaive. I think it was interesting positioning from Carrigan though with the AWP. He put himself into a seat where he had to take the shot and hit the shot. He did so, and that won them the round eventually. Yeah,
you can see Carrigan watching for any aggression on that balcony area or through to that bedroom. It's a very nice little angle there from Glaive with that AWP, but they're just playing it slow and playing it by ear. See if they can find any picks here. Got a very aggressive moves coming from Pronax there, just trying to fire up to push back any CTs. And I guess there's a lot of value to that, trying to push the CTs back and as you said, the map control limit their information that they can get, so they can't accurately predict what you're going to do.
Exactly. So the play we saw from CT on the 4th round, taking over the banana, TR kind of doing the same now, trying to taking over the middle, making the CTs not too sure where and when the attack will strike, but also TDK reducing the amount of weaponry, especially grenades, when the attack actually going to come. And that is super important. You don't want to have a flashbang in your face when you're having a timing push with your flashbangs, for example. You don't want to have the high explosive grenade on your feet at that same moment.
Oh, and great picks coming in here. Glaive and RDL opening up that bomb site there, and 3 CTs left over at B, so that's going to be very difficult. They might even just consider, I mean, it's going to be safe for them. They can't really retake this reliably, I suppose, so they're going to just chill, I think, and I guess that's really all they can do.
Yeah, they should definitely save now. They are in a position that they are probably forced to do an eco now, in case all of their teammates are going down. But if they are able to save all this rifle, I think they should opt to do a force buy into the 6th round. That's going to be powered by Twist, AWP, and the FAMAS, as we see from Benji and Menlo. Because if we're looking at the money situation for the remaining players, the dead players, Robin and Dumas, they don't have too much money to spend, basically. So they're going to be stuck on a P250 or potentially a Mag 7 as well.
And you're saying with power by Twist, do you think that through this force buy, they are going to do something a little bit more unconventional to kind of focus around where they have the bigger resources to protect them?
Yeah, I tell you, if I was the in-game leader of this team, I would try to take some early peeks with that AWP, because, yeah, he knows he's up against Karrigan, but if he's able to neutralize Karrigan, that's going to win them the round, basically. And that's kind of a risk you have to take in this, considering the money situation and the weaponry they're having at this point. Because you see a pistol in the hands of Robin, for example. It's not too much damage you can do with that unless you're a bit lucky or super elite skilled.
Yeah, and we have 3 players for FACEIT pushed up quite far here in Banana and just hopping up onto that wagon. Looks like they might try some aggression, but they are just playing it slow right now, waiting out grenades. They have time to kill on the round to try to really figure out exactly what is the best option and when they should go. And you can see Twist here in the apartments, very ready, but that is not where players are going to be coming. It's going to be probably Banana, and it looks like mid as well. And I guess with the presence they have in mid, they can catch any rotations. They can catch any kind of flanking situations, and they should be fine to push Banana, or they have that option to double back if things aren't going well on the initial push.
Right. But Inferno is definitely a map you don't want to attack too late on if you don't have map control as terrorist. So you need to have the banana if you're opting to go for a late push against A.
Looks like the push is coming in here, and lots of players going down. The defense is absolutely certain here. They're not really having much in the way of problems, not even a single player dropped. Holding onto all of those resources. This is a really horrendous round now for Faculty, and they've been completely neutralized on that aggression. Karrigan's going to back away, hide all the way through to T-spawn once more with that AWP. Very, very valuable weapon. If you can keep that alive, it's going to be very important. And there you go. They wasted a long time in that round to decide what they were going to do. They had 3 players pushed up on Banana. They had 2 around mid to try to cover all their bases, but in the end, it was almost reminiscent of the pistol round, where they just were kind of a little bit unsure of what they wanted to commit to.
Very indecisive. And that's something we see on this map particularly. It's quite of a distance between the 2 bomb spots. And you as an in-game leader, you're trying to just grab all the information from your teammate and what they are seeing and making the best call. Sometimes this you end up in a lot of frustrating moments when you kind of have to go for the save, as Karrigan did, because the time is running out. And I think what Pronax in fact would have been better off calling at that round, knowing that they were up against low buy, I guess, was to just play it standard, play it a normal game, and not like going into that round thinking they are okay, they're on the eco, we need to play it very safe. Kind of like the beginner mistake you're doing as in-game leader. I'm not saying Pronax is a beginner indeed, but this happened to myself as well sometimes. You know, when I play 1-6, you're making calls that doesn't make sense. You're playing it too safely when you're up against eco, whereas when you're playing against eco, you should pretty much just run and gun them, you know, easy peasy.
Yeah, and looks like we have what seems to be a bias on the positions around A here with the bomb, and Faculty definitely making their presence known there. And it's only a matter of time here. I guess BZSX can't be too hasty to make a call here, but Twist going to catch off Karrigan already. This is bad news for Faculty, just getting stuck at that choke point up mid. Now they have to have a decision. Do we just double back into Banana, or do we commit to this push, having lost one player already? It's a very hard call to make. Looks like they're going to go for the Banana push, and the indecision so far has been killing them, but can this rush work out for Faculty as we follow them up through Banana into the bomb site? We see that they are making their way through, but just Twist getting another AWP pick, Benji with one as well, and Faculty being picked apart completely. Not a single player lost for BZSX. And Faculty, this is not a good start for them so far in the first match of this September Championship, brought to you by FACEIT. It's not looking good. What is wrong with Faculty?
I kind of like the decision making to go for an all-in against B, but I think they did lose the time window they had. I think they slacked a little bit too much in the middle there. I think it was, if it was Pronax who went down, or whoever it was, to twist the AWP anyway. At that point, the kind of decision they had to take, it like, okay, let's back off, but if we do so, we have to do that now, or we stick to our plan, smoke off long, continue with the game, continue with the round as they were planning to. Now they did something in between, and that enabled the defenders here to just rotate safely, preparing for the attack. And I think eventually there were 3 CTs there waiting for them when the attack actually came to be.
And here so far we have again a lot of traffic around A. And Twist, again with the AWP, able to drop one of the Faculty players who was making his way up the apartments. And still, they're going to make their call on A, and they're rushing through here. They're getting up through to short, but can they make their way onto the bomb site? Roman's all the way there in that big pit. He's going to try to defend, and he's going to go down. That's a really important kill to get swiftly, and they might have a shot here at the plant. It's
look at the rotation. They're completely off. They're so late. I don't know what they're doing, really. They should have seen the bomb, or they should at least appreciated the fact that one of the Glock players, Karrigan in this case, picked up a Colt.
RDL does get the bomb down, but he's got 1 point of health. He is very, very low, but he has an AWP. As a player, they're trying to creep through the smoke, and he's going to go down, getting gunned down from the back there. And Karrigan's the last man standing for Faculty in the pit. They're surely going to find him. It's a matter of time. Can he defend against 2 players here? And they're both going to go around the corner, and that's a great call. I mean, usually in that situation, you're either thinking, okay, one man, you put him on the defuse, and you're just waiting to try to make the reaction shot on when they got peaks. But
the bomb didn't tick fast enough to justify that decision. So they could kind of like safely start the defuse, stop, cancel it, of course, and then trying to find Karrigan. And even that Karrigan played with some ice in his stomach, as we say in Sweden. Sorry again.
No, I like it. It's great.
They were able to just find him in the big pit. And the decision making was a bit off there, because the AWP should have been the guy in the big pit. Whereas the Colt ended up there, Karrigan, and eventually he went down.
Yeah.
Because that's the long distance, that's the place for long distance weapons, such as AWP.
It was interesting because the guy with the AWP had the bomb in hand. And I mean, quite could, as you said, could have easily palmed off the bomb to his teammate and let him plant whilst he set up position. Yeah,
Karrigan didn't need to go to that area at that point. He could just be, okay, you plant the bomb, and I go in bomb spot, and you jump down in the big pit. He didn't. But that lost him the round. But still a good eco, I guess, starting with 5 Glocks, I think, and killing off 3 members, planting the bomb, and an addition of $800, I think.
So far we're seeing a good performance from BZSX. And Faculty, do you think they're underperforming, or what? What are you from the Faculty that you know? Is it just the fact that they're getting a little bit unlucky on some of these pushes? Because sometimes, I mean, it's just BZSX having the right angle and just hitting the shot, and then you shut down the aggression. And sometimes that just blows up around. It could just be as simple as that, or are we seeing an Faculty that are a bit underpowered right now?
Right. Well, if you kind of break down the rounds that we have seen, we are moving into round number 9 now. There hasn't been in some rounds there's been domination for BZSX, but overall, there's been kind of tight situation. Bombs have been planted. There's been down to 1 duel who would actually win the round. And again, to emphasize, in my opinion at least, Inferno is a CT favored map. Karrigan and his Faculty, they started T, only have 2 rounds so far. It's not the end of the world. They still have the ability to go for a total of 9 rounds, and by all means they're going to be CT and in the end of the day as well. So it's very hard to put my money on any team at this point, knowing that Faculty is a way more experienced team as well.
Yeah.
And when a mixed team, is going to start to lose, again, shoot me down if they are a mixed team. Things gonna kind of snowball.
Yeah, and
from there.
To be fair to them as well, the only times where they looked like they were getting kind of outclassed was when not necessarily indecision was hurting them necessarily, but they would commit to one play, but then getting shut down very early, and then they have to do the double back to the other side, and that's when they were just running in. I mean, BZSX, they know they're coming,
right?
So it's much easier to make BZSX look like their opponents are noobs, no matter who they are in that situation, I guess, because that's what Counter-Strike's about. It's about information.
It is,
at the end of the day. So
yeah, especially again on the map Inferno, where you can by just using one flashbang, if you're a CT protecting bomb spot B, you can just throw a flashbang over, and then at that point you will know okay, is this the place they're gonna come and knock on our door? If it's not, okay, let's get the hell out of here. Let's rotate all our 5 players to bomb spot A, and by doing so, obviously improving our chances to shut that bomb spot down as well.
And so here we go. We had a little pause there. And hopefully everything is sorted out. I think there's some Swedish there. My Swedish is not so good.
I teach you in the breaks here.
Awesome.
All you need to know.
I have some good phrases, so I'll have to let you have some of my phrases. So here we have a very fast aggression on A here. They're straight up short, in fact. And here we have Twist trying to defend. Some great spray there. Taking back that side, but the bomb is going to go down. And they do have enough time to get it, and enough players for, in fact, live from Faculty to get a decent setup around the site. I think one around apps and also one in the big pits. It's going to be very hard retake, but they're going to go for it. They've got AKs, and Benji going to take down one. Actually, a great bit of spray control there. Quickly switching target, and it's just Menlo left there. So here we go. Can he do it? He's got a grenade in hand, throws that flash. He's going to go for the defuse.
He can't. Not against 2 versus 1.
He does take down the player in big pit. So Faculty are reliant on Spitfire, and there was just not enough time. But that was a great effort for the retake. And I mean, do you think it was questionable for them to go for it? They both had AK-47s.
Yes, I think so. But with the information we have here, DDK, we soon realized that 2 of the Faculty players had very low health. It was literally 1 bullet on each of them, and they would be down. It ended up temporarily in a 2-on-2 situation. It looked kind of promising, but I still have to question the decision-making of going for that retake. Yeah. Again, we're sitting on all the information. Exactly, they don't know that.
With perfect information. And here we have another push-up A. It seems like they are liking A. I mean, they've had some good results there, and so far they had a little bit of an aggression. Now they're just relaxing, just posturing up on mid, seeing if they can catch something. And already we can see the kind of floating player from Banana has made his way over to A to help defend. So we got 4 CTs on A side as we see Faculty creeping up Banana. So BZSX so far, I think they're catching on, and the floating player once again making his way back to Banana, but will he get there in time to support his teammate Twist, who is there here on the bomb site for B? And we've yet to see Faculty make really a move with the grenades, and they still have some time left in the round, but it's starting to get to that point where you'd expect the commitment to actually happen, because if they don't do it now, then they are fully committed on whatever they do. And that's some great moves here, coming in from Faculty, taking down one player. They should be able to get the bomb down here, but CD players are swarming from all sides, and Glaive going to go down. The bomb is planted, so that is something. And RDL with some good defense there, takes down one more as well. It's just 2 players left now for BZSX. And RDL making his way to the graveyard there. He's going to be standing down. Great little headshot there. Spray control, very, very strong. RDL not able to take down the last player. That was very close there. Dumas going to get the defuse. What a wonderful effort there from Faculty after what looked like a very horrible, morbid situation. It turned into something great.
At one point during that round, I was about to say this looks like a textbook B2 fake.
Yeah.
But before I had the chance to do so, the players in T here and Faculty that was supposed to do the fake in B, they went down to Twist AWP. And that was at the point where the remaining T's, terrorists, attackers, they weren't anywhere near able to attack the bomb spot A. And that has to be the thing. You have to have that timing. So you're starting the fake, few seconds later, the attack needs to strike in A. When they are a bit caught off guard, they maybe switch to knife, starting to run towards bomb spot B. Now this wasn't the case, so they obviously it looked tighter than it should have been, because that should have been a way easier round for BZSX here.
Yeah, and they actually got in Banana, but they lost all players but one. Glaive, last man standing with the AWP, does plant the bomb, so that is something, always a huge benefit to plant that bomb. And quickly, Glaive going to take down one CT aggressor there as he tries to defend this spot, but he has an AWP. It's not the best weapon for such a defense. He will go down, but again, he got the bomb down, and it's always really nice for the terrorists because, I mean, if you look at it from a very basic level, of course, the terrorists have cheaper weapons, and they don't have to buy so many grenades necessary as the CTs. They don't have to buy kits. They don't have to worry about stuff like that so much. So the CTs, they need more money usually to put up a proper defense. So getting the bomb down is always really, really nice, even if the rush fails. And
in favor of CT, though, they can wait out the time, and they have to be the people defending, and that a defender advantage is less important in CSGO, I think, due to the game mechanics and the physics. But still, yeah, I kind of think that kind of justifies the decision of putting the money a bit lower for the terrorists.
So here we have another A aggression straight up mid. We've got players rushing up there through the smokes and straight onto the bomb site here. Dumas there left to defend. Can he take down the players rushing in from short? He can't do so. Spitfire there with the headshot with the AK-47. Going to get the bomb down as well. We have a player on library side for the CTs, and we have also one coming up from short, just making his presence felt with the M4 headshot. Brilliant angle there from Twist with the AWP. Spitfire there on the bomb site. He's got a lot to do. He gets one headshot with the spray of that AK. He's got a one-on-one against the AWP, and Twist, brilliant play there. Manages to clutch that one out, grab the defuse, and save that round for his team. Really important round there for BZSX. And you can see that now the terrorists don't have so much money. I mean, they do have just enough to buy, but it's not a very solid buy.
Yeah, we haven't seen a very one-sided economical game so far. It seems like all of them have been like averaging like $4,000 or $5,000 every single round. Obviously, we've seen some Glock ecos, but that's about it, I think. Strong play from Twist so far. He has really done damage, which is AWP. It's going to be interesting to see if he continues that up. Misses that shot in the middle, obviously. But yeah, really strong play from him so far. I think he is a player that kind of likes to be an underdog, playing kind of a mixed game, rotating a bit wherever he wants, buying whatever rifle he wants at any moment he wants to.
Looks like we have a lot of players on Banana. Well, they've left two at the top of Banana. The bomb is not with them just yet. For Faculty as they make their kind of, as they posture around the map. What do you think they're trying to accomplish here? They do have 3 players still at Banana, 2 around T-slope. They're kind of moving back and forth, back and forth. What are they waiting for right now?
Good question, actually. I think they're waiting for the smoke to kind of diminish from the B area here. But also the idea of taking over the banana is to gain some map control. But that only makes sense if they have map control on the other side of the map as well. But so far it seems like all of them are sticking together and also losing the first frag here.
And they go straight in the side. They are in, though. They could make this good for themselves. And they do get the kills. They lost more players than they killed, but they do have the site. That's all that's important right now. They have the defensive advantage coming in off of the plant, but the CTs are right in on top of them. No time to breathe for Faculty as they get the bomb planted. And they can see Twist pushed right up there. And he's been really a nightmare for them to deal with so far with the AWP. He's got the USP in hand so far as he tries to push up the site. And can he find any kills there with that USP? One player going down last in the corner, and RDL is going to take him down. Twist with the AWP there. He's going to get the trade, and the defuse coming in, but Glaive is still alive. And Twist, oh my goodness, he actually had that shot. That was very unfortunate there.
Yeah, but I like what Twist did there. He started with this fuse and realized that, no, this is probably not going to do for me this time around, and he took up the sniper again. Unfortunately for him and his team, he missed that shot. Worth to commentate, though, here, or notice the people on. I think Menlo, he ran out of ammo. He ran around with his silenced USB diffuse situation.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, he was probably not too happy with Vol's decision to put the bullet and the ammo down to 2040, I think it is, on the M4A1. But then again, sloppy play, that shouldn't really happen.
And actually, Faculty going to get sandwiched here. They're going to be really careful as the CT made or BZSX, they made a very fast aggression down Banana trying to get a weapon as they were on eco. They did manage to get an AK-47 onto Twist now. Oh my god, Robin with some brilliant play from that USP, going to take down another one. And all of a sudden, this eco round is just turning into something of legend from BZSX as all of a sudden Spitfire's left alone, and he kind of doesn't even know where his teammates went. And I mean, some people refer to the USPS as the James Bond weapon, and that really was some covert play from BZSX as they won with those pistols. So good stuff there.
Yeah, but at the same time, I kind of had to shake my head here, like, what are they doing on these anti-ecos? Because I can believe that Pronex called for an anti-eco at that point, considering the money situation and how aware he should be about it. Still, they are spraying themselves out, enabling the CTs to pick up rifles and insulating towards one monster.
Oh wow, only getting one there. Twist going down quickly, and 3 players left for BZSX. And Glaive going to get that bomb down, and Faculty are going to try to defend this bomb site. They don't have the best positions in the world, but it's enough. It should do. They've got a 3v3 situation. And here come the CTs. Robin going to pick one off. And still more work to be done. There's 2 left standing in the back there. And I can see Spitfire's Pov. He's going to be very patient here. He can't make one misstep.
Nice
All
play.
the round is over. Great stuff there. He's going to come around the corner. Great spray. No double for him, but his teammate. Beautiful, beautiful coordination there from both players. The timing worked out immaculately, and that's good halves called from both teams. And interesting half. What do you make of it? 10-5.
Yeah, kind of surprising start from the mixed team here. I didn't expect them to get 10 rounds. Even that is not the nail in the coffin yet, of course. We are going to see N-Factory playing CT now. The strongest side of the map, Inferno. A lot of stupid, sloppy mistakes from N-Faculty still, losing a total of 2 anti-ecos. Losing way too many rifles, and on some of the weapons round they actually won as well. And I don't know what to take from that. Like, the lesson to be learned here is that they should stick together more on ecos, anti-ecos rather.
And here they come straight up through the boiler into short. Glaive trying to spam away with that ESP. Not much going to be done with that though, as he gets gunned down. And in BZSX go straight onto the A bomb site. They took that by storm. Bomb doesn't even get a chance to go down as they win the round with the elimination of N-Faculty's entire CT team. And N-Faculty have not been doing well on the pistols so far. Not great with the terrorist round and now the CT round as well. And we see some Bisons popping up there as well. And as the other SMGs, and things are looking very good. And this is, hopefully BZSX are going to show us what an anti-eco is supposed to look like right now, as we've seen some questionable ones previously to this. And
looking at the decision making from N-Faculty now, hard name to pronounce, Pronex buys the shotgun, whereas his teammates only go for the P250. I don't really understand that. What's the planning behind that? Surely all of them should have bought shotguns.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, it does seem a bit weird to be half committed right there, because now their money's going to be all messed up if they lose.
Yeah, he went a bit redneck there buying the shotgun. Like, with the wife Peter tank top, I gotta finish this game off now. No, he's the game leader. He shouldn't like randomly buy weapons. He should like encourage his probably more aim-friendly players, better aimers in his team to buy such weapon, or at least all of them doing it synchronized. Because in this round number 3. He is in a very dire monetary situation, 2.1k, and his teammates, what can they do? Should they buy FAMASs or a shotgun at this point?
Yeah.
So why didn't they invest more into that round, buying 5 shotguns or just a lot of grenades with the P250? I don't get that decision making.
Yeah, it's definitely quite an interesting one. I can understand maybe having like wanting a shotgun on apartments or something, because if you get a kill with it, you get so much money back. It's like such a great spot for a shotgun. Then
right.
I mean, it can work, but here you go. There is a push straight into the B-bomb site, and N-Faculty trying to defend. P250 coming out from RDL, able to get 1 kill, or rather 2, onto BZSX's team, but still 3 left alive, and Glaive with the P2000 got to do a lot of work. He will pick off 1, and he didn't take any damage there, but the grenade's going to hurt a lot of stings, and it's just the Bison left to finish, and that's going to do the job there for BZSX. So yeah, and Faculty, maybe some questionable decisions, plays, lack of commitments or indecisions.
Right.
Not really sure, but they still have a lot of rounds left to play for.
They do, and they are obviously playing the catch-up game now, and doing that with the knife next to your throat when it comes to the financial part of the game. Losing this round is pretty much game over. We're gonna see, 14 round. In my opinion, it's kind of implied there's going to be 15 rounds secured for the mixed team here, the BZSX or whatever they call themselves. Sorry.
Yeah.
But
hard to say.
Yeah, it is.
So here we
Kids
have
today, man.
just
all these BZSX, that's what they want to call it. I don't know what it is, but okay.
I'm going to stick with BZSX. I think I'm getting the hang of it, but here comes Twist out of the boiler room. The quick peek. This is always such a tense spot to be peeking out of because it's quite a disadvantaged position unless you have those smokes down. And that choke point is nasty. Twist going to try to make his way through now. He's checked a lot of positions. He still doesn't seem too sure about it, though, and the smoke is going to cover him. He's going to go dart back down mid, which is nice. Again, it's kind of what you're saying before. You have all the map control over at Banana, over at A. You get the choice. And the bomb does go down, so that's a great result here for BZSX as they make the defense now. And it's FACEIT who have to go for the retake. Can they do it? This is such a crucial round for them as well. They just spent all their money on weapons. And right now, the defense is still strong for BZSX. They gun down more and more FACEIT players here. And still, it's a 1 versus 2. Carrigan left alive, but I mean, he can't really go for this with the AWP. He has to save it. It's worth too much. The risk is too great. So he's going to back away, and the bomb's going to detonate, and that's going to be another round for BZSX, but not just a round. Probably one of the most important rounds for FACEIT.
Very much so. Yeah, Carrigan didn't have the kit, so he kind of had to give up the idea of defusing that bomb. Interestingly here is that they completely gave up bomb spot B. So the fake that BZSX executed towards bomb spot A was proven to be very successful. But just questioning FACEIT here and the consistency of the strategies and also the communication. I know they have a new player, at least in this game, Glaive that is. They shouldn't give up the B fortress, so to speak. They should always leave one guy up on the bomb spot, or at least taking some kind of peek before they deciding to rotate off there. Now they just gave it up. They got stranded in CT spawn.
They're getting straight in there, and Spitfire, he could do quite well with this FAMAS, but so much work to do. Not going to be able to do anything with that FAMAS, and just utter domination coming in from BZSX as Glaive is left now thinking, you know, what the hell can I even do here? There's just nothing to be done. He's got a FAMAS, and this was desperate stuff from FACEIT, because of course we had that AWP left alive with Glaive in the last round, and they decided to drop, you know, FAMASs left and right until they were completely broke. And now where do they go from here? This is just a really tough situation. And we saw, of course, BZSX, they just crept up. Banana just went for it. They just went for that. Do you think that's a read of some sort, or they're just, you know, kind of switching up, trying to be unpredictable? Or?
No, it's probably a sign of them being very confident now, being in a 14-5 lead, now 15-5. Why not just use the weaponry we have, attacking kind of a poor CT team here? So that was the right decision making. They shouldn't make it too complicated. Stick together, win the round, or at least end up in a plant slash defuse situation, and that would obviously stimulate, or rather make the CT's comeback financially a way bigger struggle.
And interestingly, if they do lose this, of course, you know, they can still win this if they push it to overtime. I mean, of course, it's going to be very difficult for them to do. They're forced to buy. They've got all kinds of shotguns here. And Glaive has an AK. We've got an M4, FAMAS, kind of just, you know, random assortment of weapons, anything they can scrap together. But if they do lose this against BZSX, they'll be the first team that I think that actually loses, like first invited team that actually drops to a qualified team.
It's history right here.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, but this could be a crazy turning point. We've got some shotguns in the mix, you know. That's when the magic really happens. So I'm praying for FACEIT here, and let's see if they can actually make something happen here. So far, we've got a couple of BZSX players getting dropped, and they're going to make their push now with the bomb over at the apartments on A side, and RDL with the defense with the FAMAS. So actually, it does look like.
It looked like the B fake FACEIT did earlier when they were terrorists. Two guys went down Banana, and then the somewhat delayed, the EasyJet flight, I guess, attack came towards bomb spot A. It was way too late, and the timing was completely off. But again, they have many more chances. They have many more match points here, so they are still looking very good. And I would be extremely surprised if we're seeing a comeback here, forcing it into overtime for FACEIT.
That's going to be a code name for some strat or something, the EasyJet. That's something like to indicate a delay of any kind. That's pretty awesome. So let's see if FACEIT can do the unthinkable here. They're going to have to push it to overtime. They've got so much to do. RDL here got a Spitfire edging out. There comes the spray. And RDL actually managing not to even take a single bullet. Some matrix dodging there from RDL as he guns down that player. But still, the push is coming from BZSX here. And even on Banana, Benji's making that presence known. So, but I mean, they know what's happening now. They know that it's going to be A. They're all rushing around. And here is Spitfire going to approach from Library. This is tough. He has to take down Twist. Twist today doesn't even lose any health there. Quick headshot, but he's all alone. This is a really, really tough situation for Spitfire. And he's got 2 players to fight against.
He has a lot of grenades in his inventory left, but still the time is ticking in the favor of BZSX here.
Let's see if he can do it. Oh, I love that with that Molotov there. And he's going to predict the player to run through. Again, that's smart. Actually really smart read there.
By both players, actually.
Oh, man. Spitfire will get him. He's still lost no health. Bomb's ticking away, though. Has to go for it. He does get the headshot, but it's too late. And oh, it's one of those situations where you see, I feel like all the players played it kind of perfectly.
They did.
And he was just a few seconds late, Spitfire. So unfortunate, but that's going to mean that N Faculty are out against BZSX. So congratulations to BZSX for actually making it. And I'm pretty sure they're the first qualified team to take down one of the invited teams. And that could be your team too. If you
exactly, it should encourage people, right?
Seriously.
That there is a chance for you as well. Just get on the servers and play.
Yeah, every Saturday we have the qualifications. So anyone can play those, and you can be one of the teams that faces one of these big names. And I know that when I was like a younger player, much younger player, before I'd ever been in a top team and anything like that, I was always like, I want to play against the really good players.
Yeah, but I think if many people out there today in today's esports community, people are not really giving themselves and their teammates a chance to do so, because there are so many ways to play and interact and like get into a more professional level, even if you not have a salary, even if you not have paid trips and all that. Why not stick to your guns, play with your teammates, get into a competitive environment, take the chance. There's so many out there. This is one of them. Excellent to see.
Definitely. So guys, that's going to be N Faculty going down here. Let's take a quick look at the brackets, if we may, and we can see all the matches that are going on today. We can see exactly, we've got Very Games here today. They defeated their opponents. Okay, it'd be very upsetting if Very Games lost in the first round. That'd be unthinkable. So Very Games going to go through, and Faculty, of course, dropping out there. And we have LGB winning as well. And, we've got Fnatic still playing, it seems. So
if they don't win, I'm going to do some phone calls. You're out, guys.
All right, guys, so we're going to go to a very quick break, and we'll be back with the next matches here, live on FACEIT TV. It's the September Counter-Strike Global Offensive Championship. I'm DDK, the host, and I'm joined by Khan this week. So this is some good action we're looking forward to. We've got Very Games, we've got Fnatic, LGB, so many awesome teams. So we'll see you guys after this break. Don't go anywhere, tweet about it, bring your friends, and let's have some fun. See you soon.